What does something look like when it's made without any rules, restrictions, or limits? In 1992, one man was brave enough to ask this question and did everything he could to find the answer. This was a hard task that led him to make something that went beyond sports cars. Welcome back to Refined Wealth. For today's video, we'll have a look at the man who made the alleged perfect car in this modern time. Ian Gordon Murray was the son of a Scottish motorcyclist who raced. Born in 1946 in Durban, South Africa, a beautiful coastal city known for its rich Art Deco architecture and poisonous reptiles. Papa Murray told Gordon to go to school for engineering and keep improving cars. Gordon did it reluctantly, but he had other plans. Sure, he liked engines enough, and in his freshman notebook, he had even drawn a 3-passenger rear-engine car. But racing was what Gordon really wanted to do. So, when Gordon was 21, he decided he wanted a race car, but didn't have enough money to buy one. He just started making one. He found a crashed Ford Anglia that he could turn into a race car. He didn't have a garage, so he built the engine in his bedroom. On top of his mother's flower garden, they welded the chassis together. He shaped the body panels with her shovel, which was covered in fertilizer. It almost sounds like a comic book origin story, like how Iron Man's suit was made in a cave. Gordon Murray put together his first race car in the backyard of his family's home. He called it the T.1 or AGM Ford. The T1 kind of looked like a car made from a Lotus 7 kit, and that's because he made the body out of parts from the Lotus 7. But it was all Gordon Murray underneath. Even though the Lotus was already known for being light, the T1's triangular tube suspension would be the model for future Formula 1 car. Gordon had built a car that was both lighter and stronger. After a few wins, Gordon decided that while racing was fun, he should move to the center of both rock and roll music and racing engineering to follow his two biggest interests. Murray took his first steps into the halls of automotive mythology when he sold the IGM Ford for a plane ticket. He went to work making Grand Prix cars that would win championships. He wanted to work for Lotus, but Brabham gave him a job instead. Bernie Ecclestone had named him the lead designer. Yeah, that Bernie, the F1 Bernie. At Brabham, Murray designed one of the most unusual and controversial F1 cars ever made. The BT46B, also known as the fan car, had a huge fan at the back that sucked the air from the bottom of the car, giving it an incredible amount of downforce. The BT46B was a revolution, and it was so upsetting that it had only been raced once before. Bernie thought that it might be a bit too much and might shake Formula 1 to the point where it would break. Gordon went on to make more F1 cars for Brabham. He won 22 races and finished second in the Constructors' Championship. Murray's time at Brabham gave him a single goal: to out-engineer everyone and win. And in 1987, Gordon Parks puts his low-slung F1 car designs into his coat jacket and leaves Brabham in the dust. Soon after, Ron Dennis gives him a 3-year contract at McLaren. He helps the lead designer, Steve Nichols, make cars that win. These cars helped McLaren break records and gave Senna his first championship. And thank you for all of this. In 1991, he was given the job of leading the new McLaren Cars project, where his newly written manifesto would be ingrained in the minds of everyone involved. This is what everyone working on the F1 project had to do. It can't be heavier than 1,000 kilograms. It will be no wider than 1.8 meters. And the front and back overhangs must be kept to an absolute minimum. Most of the car's weight must be between the wheels, and most importantly, it can't have any of the problems that mid-engine cars usually have. It needs to be stable at high speeds, easy to drive at low speeds, and comfortable in short sketches made on crumpled paper while talking shop. Murray only wanted one thing: just make the greatest road car ever, a car as practical as the NSX, a gorgeous car like the Alfa Romeo 33 Stradale, and oh yeah, it goes faster than the Porsche 959. It would be made with Formula 1 technology since that's what Gordon knew best. The manifesto didn't say anything about top speeds, lap times, or 0 to 60 times, which was a big omission. And exactly For a car that dominated those performance numbers for years, the plan never included them. None of that mattered to Murray. And in fact, he didn't really like cars that were only made to go fast. Murray made it his mission to make sure this wasn't a race car. It was a car for driving on roads. It was the best car for driving. Gordon thought there were way too many rules for racing cars. McLaren's debut wouldn't follow any rules. They had no resistance to overcome. They didn't have to fit any particular pattern. They were only limited by what they could imagine. Racing was controlled, and cars on the road were like the Wild West. The three bigwigs in charge saw Gordon's design, read his sacred words, and said, "Yes, we want this car." You see, Gordon Murray is a man who pays attention to details. After the F1 project was given the go-ahead, it took almost 11 hours for the first meeting to figure out the details of the car. Gordon put together his dream team by picking the best players. It had brilliant people like Peter Stevens, who designed the Lotus Elan M100, one of Gordon's all-time favorite cars, and Steve Randale, who was one of the first people to use computer models to design car chassis and would later design flying freaking cars. This group of thinkers started working on making Gordon's manifesto a reality. Gordon Murray and his team set out to make the best road car possible over a 3-year period. With Gordon's unwavering determination and commitment to doing things perfectly, he made something that nobody at the time could even imagine was possible. A machine that was so well balanced and sounded so poetic that it demanded to be heard. It was a mix of raw brutality and space-age technology, with sharp teeth and fiery I-core. That's how Ian Gordon Murray made the first real hypercar. What do you guys think? Does Murray deserve more recognition in modern times? Comment down your answers below. Don't forget to like this video. And since you're already here, you might as well subscribe to our channel and click on the notification bell so you don't miss out on great new videos. Thank you for watching, and we will see you in the following video.